How Caitlin Clark went from basketball star to global icon. Over the course of her college career, Caitlin Clark did something no other superstar had done before. Iowans have been witnessing Caitlin's rise to stardom for years. In just under 4 seasons, she's gone from a young talent out of West Des Moines to one of the most electrifying athletes on the biggest stages in the world.
College career, Caitlin Clark went from basketball phenom.
I don't know how you cannot say that Caitlin Clark is not the National Player of the Year.
She's the best player in the world.
To worldwide superstar.
College basketball sensation Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark.
Check that out, rocking the black and gold.
Here to comment is Caitlin Clark.
Clark did something her predecessors had never done, bring women's hoops to the biggest stages it's ever seen. What made her different? Hall of Famer and ESPN broadcaster Rebecca Lobo pointed to 2 reasons.
One of the factors was timing. You know, women's basketball was at a place where people were ready to embrace it. The second big thing is she played differently than anyone else we've seen in the history of women's college basketball.
It meant casual sports fans and non-sports fans wanted to get a look at number 22.
She takes risks. She plays with flair. She's a great passer. She has a lot of fire and emotion, and it's fun to watch. I think it's that simple.
Iowa Athletic Director Beth Getz agrees. She also says she's most impressed with Clark up close, off the court.
Whether you catch her, after a game or in the hallway, she cares about people. It's evident that she cares about those young girls that are coming to watch her play. Just that authenticity, and I think that's what makes people love her so much. But we see that when the cameras are off.
Lobo says she and her contemporaries were ready for something to spark women's basketball to a worldwide stage. Clark was what they'd been waiting for.
For so many of us who have been in this game for, the last couple of decades, we've always felt like we've got this hidden gem. We hadn't seen sort of this kind of a catalyst that could light a fire to the whole thing. And it was really fun and interesting to watch as it was happening.
Because even against the best defense in the world, she is essentially an offensive cheat code. Throughout her rookie season, Caitlin Clark generated 45.2% of all points produced by the Indiana Fever through her points and assists. For perspective, she has a larger offensive load than every single player in the NBA last season, except for Luka Doncic, and she's a rookie. To truly understand Caitlin's unparalleled offensive prowess, here are the 200 most productive offensive seasons in WNBA history measured by points generated per game. Among these seasons, you'll find the greatest players in the league's history. Lisa Leslie, Tamika Catchings, Cheryl Swoops, Candace Parker, and Angel McCautry have numerous seasons represented throughout this chart. Climbing toward the top, you'll also find seasons from Aya Wilson and Cynthia Cooper. Notably, Diana Taurasi holds 4 of the top 10 most productive offensive seasons in WNBA history, with her 2006 campaign being the best of them all, producing 33.9 points per game. And then there's Caitlin Clark, who is already establishing herself as one of the most potent offensive players in WNBA history during her rookie year.
Caitlin Clark!
Dads who are bringing their daughters, literally flying from Canada to games in the United States because they want their daughter to see this. It's remarkable, and at the same time, it's awesome because that's what sport's about, right?
We've heard of the Caitlin Clark effect. This is just the beginning of it, and they're going to be talking about her for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Katie girl! Well, my mom has this piece of paper when I was in 2nd or 3rd grade, and it has you write down all your dreams in these little bubbles. And I remember one of them was playing the WNBA and earn a basketball scholarship. And I was always somebody that was driven by goals.
Caitlin Clark's goals began to take shape in West Des Moines, Iowa, where her athletic ability and competitive nature were on display at an early age.
It's almost like she's born to be an athlete. She just has kind of a natural ability to do whatever sport it is.
All I wanted to do was win, no matter if it was a board game, a card game, really anything. I just was going to do whatever it took to win. I got kicked out of PE class because I was so competitive.
That competitive fire has always been the foundation to whatever she's done. So it's part of her DNA, if you will.
Woo! Katie Clark!
Caitlin spent most of her youth playing against the boys and seeking the toughest competition.
I played with the boys, honestly, I think until about 6th grade, which is probably a lot longer than most girls. I think it kind of taught me, you know, if you want to play, you gotta have to hold your own, but looking back, I never, questioned that.
Do you remember the first time you saw her?
Absolutely.
Paint me the picture.
6th or 7th grade, she hit a step back three, but what was even cooler is the next trip down, she got a rebound like she does, and she was looking up and she sailed a beautiful pass. You were like, wow. I mean, you could just see the vision.
You couldn't tell she was a 7th grader out there. There's something special about this kid, the way she carried herself, the kind of swag she already had, and the confidence, the passion for the game was something special.
The legend of Caitlin Clark started to grow at Dowling High School, where her flair and ability began drawing crowds, including a game in her junior year where she dropped 60 points.
Caitlin always scores a lot. I think at halftime, I don't know if she had 25, 30, 35 points, and someone mentioned it to me, and I was like, wait, what? But the thing is, she was double teamed throughout the game, and it was the single most exciting and impressive performance that I've seen from an athlete.
The home state Hawkeyes knew Caitlin Clark was special and put on the full court press to convince her to stay close to home.
Good news, Bears. You're going back to the Final Four. In 2019, we had come one game from the Final Four. I left that experience and went right to Caitlin Clark's house to do a home visit. So we could tell her, look we are almost there. We are so close. We just need you to get us there.
I felt in my heart like I had to be here, like something was really pulling me here, and I wanted to do something that really hadn't been done for a really long time.
For the first time since 1993, Iowa is headed to the Final Four.
I'll never forget the hug that she came over and gave me after that game. It was so special, and it was just like, we did it together.
Now with her college career winding down, Caitlin has broken almost every major scoring record in this sport, while becoming the face of the game that's inspired girls and boys to dream big, just like she did.
I always wanted to be the best, and there was times where I definitely wasn't or I failed, but you get back up and you keep trying.
Here comes Clark. How will she go for history?
Never stop dreaming, because you can achieve way more than you ever thought, and I still keep dreaming, and I'm 22 years old, so never stop.
I was once that little Iowa girl who was inspired to dream big, real big. And that dream was more than women's basketball. It was possibility that I turned into reality. I'm still that girl from Iowa, but now it's my turn to inspire. If I can drop 40, you can drop 50. If we can draw 56,000 fans, you can draw 57.
Iowa WBB, giving us CC content in preparation for tomorrow.
Behind the basket, ready to net. This is guys already. That's what they do. Clark slicing it up to Storky. How did that basket through?
She's leading the game. What a five. College semifinals as she drops it up to Storky.
Spins. Nice God. Woo! Clark asking for the basketball. Slices it down with the bounce pass before the buzzer.
Finding a falter.
Clark finds the cutter. What a look. Video game vision of...
How will she go for history? The all-time leading scorer in women's college basketball.